go. Welcome to another episode of Studio X. I'm your host, X, and today we got a good one. I'm in the barbershop, his own barbershop with my boy, Kenneth Chambers. Everybody show some love to my boy.
Family.
Just want to say thank you for taking this interview, this conversation, so to speak, with me. I really appreciate it. So I guess the cold open. Where you from?
So, born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Bounced around everywhere, Maple Heights all the way out to Orwell, Ashtabula. So basically,
Jeez.
from East Cleveland all the way to horses and buggies. I done found my way, bro. I done bounced off all the walls, but I landed on my feet here.
So is your family originally from this area?
My mother's from Detroit. My father's from East Cleveland.
Yeah.
However they connected, I don't know, but shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? So I've lived literally everywhere, west, east, north, south. I've been all over Ohio, man.
You ever thought to get out, or you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just don't know where to go.
I mean, shoot, you got South. You can go to Houston. It's always good down there.
Yeah,
Good
see,
food.
we hear about it. You know what I'm saying? But I think the issue with that is, like, being a Midwest kid, it's like we have too much pride in being in the Midwest. Like, we almost love to talk about the struggle of the Midwest.
Yeah.
So, like, you will never meet somebody from Chicago like, man, I wish I was from Idaho. You know what I'm saying?
That
Same
is
thing
true.
with Cleveland.
That is true.
Clevelanders want to tell you, yeah, you know I'm from Cleveland. Like, you know how bad, you know what I'm saying? They want to have that attached to it.
Yeah, because
I want to leave, yes.
I always wanted, like, because I'm from Houston, and then my wife moved me up here to Ohio. And I'm like, God damn, you couldn't have been nowhere else but Cleveland, like
Right.
Miami, Cali, or whatever. But I just feel like you said, you grew up here. You know everything about it. So, it's home to you.
Home to me,
For me, somebody coming from Houston, I'm like, damn, I'm in Cleveland. Like, I could be anywhere else because I come from Houston. So it's a difference for me, versus somebody coming from Cleveland.
Well, you did. I mean, you got to touch two sides of the map. Honestly, I don't, like, you said, do I want to, but do I need to is where it comes from me.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't see where else I want to be based on my vacations, based on traveling for work or for pleasure. It's just, I always seem to find myself here again. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I've had opportunities to leave work-related or interpersonally, school. I could have went other places, man. I just
Stay
something
grounded
about
to
the crib, bro. Something about the crib, yeah.
So what was life like for young Kenny?
It was interesting, man.
Like growing up.
Competitive
In what way?
in every way. Who ate their food the fastest?
Oh, okay.
Who could do the most push-ups? Who can make their offhand layup first? It was just, didn't matter what we was doing, bro. It was always a competition. It was always, I wouldn't say it was destructive, but it wasn't necessarily always constructive. So as I became less interested in the pissing contest, I became more interested in, like, the creativity. Like, all right, we all can draw. Let's not keep talking about who's the better artist here. Let's talk about why your art is great, why my art is great. Let's figure out how to amplify our own skill set. So as a kid, I was just, I was very competitive with myself.
Yeah.
But it obviously, as a young boy, it started with my cousins and my brothers. So it just kind of leaked into every part of my life. And then I just got fed up with it, starting to see how the family started to, like, fracture over whose kids' grades were better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's in summer school, we going, it was always competitive, man. So
How many siblings you got?
I have three brothers and a sister.
3 brothers and sisters. How's that dynamic?
It's interesting, man, because I was always deemed the oldest sibling, but I'm the second from the youngest. So even my older brother would tell you, like, oh, that's big bro. My sister would tell you, like, that's big. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. I'm the little guy,
So
though.
you're not the oldest, but you're big bro.
I'm big bro.
There's got to be something. There's got to be more to that.
I was the limb guy. I was going out. I was trying stuff. I wasn't good at listening to. No one could tell me how my life was gonna map out. Like, you couldn't get me to, like, oh, you're gonna go to school and do this.
Yeah.
So I think my older siblings admire and respect and appreciate how I walked my own path without having to step on anybody else in the process.
So you could say that your little brother, in age, I mean, your older brother looked up to you.
Yes.
Even though you're the younger brother.
But he admitted this to me.
That's huge,
which
man.
is dope. Which is like,
I know that gotta put you just
No, man. To be honest with you, because I talk about it a lot today, it doesn't do that. It actually does the complete opposite.
Really?
Because I admire being a mentor so much that sometimes I find myself mentorless. Like I want to be somebody's mentee, but all my elders, to some degree,
that's
come to
tough.
me for information or
That's tough.
anything I say. They're like, "Yeah, do that. That makes sense." It's like, no, bro. Somebody got to check me. Somebody. There needs to be some sort of checks
Right.
and balances.
Right.
So people might it feels good. Don't get me wrong, but it also feels complacent because if I'm your role model, then who's mine?
Who's yours?
Who am I looking up to? You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to be the smartest person in the room
Ever.
because you'll never grow.
Precisely.
You know, that's tough.
We're only in this shop because of realizing that like the ceilings, I can feel the ceiling. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? And I only became a barber because of all the doubt. I became a barber because of all the naysaying.
So what? Somebody told you couldn't do it?
My whole life.
You couldn't be a barber.
Not even a barber. I couldn't be whatever I wanted to be for myself.
So why be a barber?
I don't know, bro. To be honest with you, I got tired of getting terrible haircuts and then hearing my mom talk about how bad the cut was and how she had to come up with the bread for the cut. So I'll cut my own hair, then we don't have to have this conversation.
That is true.
Because the guilt of seeing her put $20 in somebody's pocket who about to go roll that up, I'd much rather grab my dad's clippers out the auxiliary closet and get to it myself. So I started cutting hair at 13 out of necessity. By 15, I had enough ignorance to try it on other people. Realized that it's a craft.
Yeah.
Something, you know, and this is before YouTube. There was nobody on there. There was no education outside of walking into a shop and seeing it done. And then when I got to John Carroll, it just kind of evolved into something else. Once I got to college and I had to actually figure out how to pay my way through school while actively being a full-time student. So.
Wow. Was being a barber the dream?
No.
Or was it,
Never.
or what was your dream? What if you still have it?
To be honest with you, bro, I wanted to be kind of like a nomad, man. Like I just kind of wanted to just move around and just like inspire and be inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just completely enamored by creativity, bro. I love creation. I like to see things advance. I like to be in the forefront of things. And I'm probably the only person I know who truly, literally didn't care about the career. Like there wasn't a particular job or anything that I was like, I want to be that when I grow up, which is why it was so easy for me to bounce from one thing to the next. As long as I was working with my hands, I was happy, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how does that keep you happy or focused?
Barbering?
No, just to want to be creative but not hone in on just one thing.
It seems the world guides us in a way where systemically I don't think people really take the time to listen to your dreams and your ambitions. So as a child, I was a kid who was like looking around wondering why nobody asked us what we want to do. Like they ask you at 5 years old, what do you want to be when you grow up? But tell you what you're going to be at 15. Makes no sense.
That is true.
And I became the rebellious or the stubborn or the hard-headed kid, but I was on honor roll. I had perfect attendance. I didn't get into drugs. I wasn't making children. Why everybody trying to tell me how to live my life? It didn't make much sense to me. But I think people feared. I think they knew my potential in anything that I chose, but feared me crashing out because they couldn't guide me. Like if nobody's cut hair in my family, me saying I want to be a barber doesn't make sense to these people. It's like nobody's done it. How would you know how to be successful?
Oh, man, that's
but
tough.
then again, everybody telling me how to live my life. I didn't want your life. I don't want to be what you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe because they failed at what they was trying to do.
Everybody. Anybody in the world that's shitting on somebody else's dream didn't get to live theirs, bro.
Yep.
I think it's really that simple.
Yep. There's a lot of people that told me, "Oh, you doing that YouTube thing? Oh, okay, that's yeah, okay. Good luck with that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I tell people, I'd rather fail forward. I'd rather try this and know that I did it than to not do it.
Absolutely.
I couldn't, and there's no way that I was going to allow myself to not at least try. You know, fuck that. So that's good.
Bro. I got kicked out for cutting hair.
Kicked out of
That's when I started, like, I'm going to be a barber. The day I got kicked out for cutting my cousin's hair is the day I decided I was going to be a barber.
So this was like on some, y'all just at the crib, you and your cousin, and
I
you
had
just,
asked my parents if I could cut my cousin's hair,
and they said no?
and they said yes, only to come home to me cutting their hair and kick me out. Black garbage bag and all. Now, granted, I appreciate that experience more than anybody could ever imagine.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of guy to hold grudges, but that's when I knew, okay, that's real doubt. That's real distaste. Like, that was the first time I felt, that was the second time I felt that level of loneliness and independence. It's okay. This is what I like to do. I didn't even know I loved it. And like I said, I didn't plan on being a barber. It was never on the board for me, dog. I never even thought about it. But I didn't realize how meticulous I was, the detail orientation,
Yeah.
the obsession with alignment, you know what I'm saying, the granular micro analyzation of things. I didn't know that was making me a barber. I didn't care. It was more about my hands were working on something.
And you a lefty, right?
I'm a lefty in every sport. Yeah, I'm righty in everything else.
Ain't that the creative side?
It might say this left
They,
brain.
they
or
say
something
the
like
left,
that.
yeah.
It might be.
Huh.
It might be.
That's pretty dope.
But at the same, I think it's funny you say that because I was being a lefty. I was always like, I got to be just as good with my right.
Of course.
But I didn't know what ambidextrous meant. It's just like, well, if I can go left, go right. If I can eat left, eat right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I cut hair with my right hand.
So you cut hair with your non-dominant.
With my non-dominant hand, but I shoot basketball with my left.
Brother, you just cut me a couple days ago. Now you telling me that you...
But I'm ambient, so I can flip. I'll flip the razor left if I'm on the other side of your body.
Yeah.
Clipper left if I'm, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. I don't care for the math of things. Like, I want to create. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need nobody's system. I don't require a system. Just put something in front of me and tell me what you want it to be and let me get there. Like, you know, I think that was another part of barbering where no one around me could tell me how to do it. So it made it easy for me to indulge myself in it.
Got you.
If that makes sense.
You know, I didn't tell you, you know, I went to go hoop this morning and no bullshit. I was taking the ball out. One random dude came. He was on the court. And he's like, "Yo, where you get your Yolanda? Who lined you up?"
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
like, get on defense. Like, what? I'm like, my boy Kenny.
He trying to throw you off.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm over here like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he shot you out this morning on the court, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, of course.
I just had a little kid and his father tell me, man, please don't ever leave, bro. And it's like every time you talk about, people don't understand, like, this wasn't the plan. So to be like the way I am about barbering
Boy,
today,
you about to piss some people off.
bro.
When you move.
Yeah.
If you leave this place, you going to piss some people off.
I can't even do it.
Because like I said, where I stay in this predominantly white area, when the wife told me that there was a barbershop, I said, a barbershop? Okay, yeah, you ain't saying nothing?
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, there's a brother in there. And I was like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Man, I brung the boys up. First, I hit your IG.
Yeah.
And then I had to
You
see
gotta
how
get the G- yeah,
I
check
hit
it out,
the
check it
IG.
out. Right.
And I saw how you was. I said, okay, yeah, we can go ahead and let's go ahead and make that appointment.
You know,
And we've been here ever since.
I think again, the whole thing about systems and blazing your trail is anybody would tell you if you, hey man, I want to open a shop, what should I do? All right, find a space, you know, have liquidable cash, get a loan, no. Small business like this, no. Market, advertise yourself, door to door, like that was all cool and that was all dandy back when that worked. Like,
Yeah.
I intentionally came here to see. Like, I know I have a clientele. I know what I bring to any environment as far as work is concerned, but I really wanted to see if I just work, how long it would take for people to pay attention. Because it's like a kid in the class, everybody doing the same test, but, you know, your teacher coming down the aisle, you want them to see you grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to grind. I just want to put in the work, and I wanted to see who would notice, especially being down the hallway in a plaza next to a school. I don't have I set this all up a certain way, bro. Like, it's easy to go and grab a spot with a door that walks right into your, you know what I'm saying? The challenge. Again, I think that's where the competitive and the doubt still lights that fire, like puts that fire into my ass.
Right.
It's like, man, I always put myself in a more challenging position than I need to be in just to see that I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even like the first shop I worked in was West Park Barbershop out on Lorraine, 150th and Lorraine. Only black guy that's ever worked there. First black guy, I should say. First
Really?
Afrocentric man that's ever worked there. People call me a goddamn fool. Like, bro, you from the East Side, you live in Twinsburg. Why you want to
Why are you out there?
with them white guys? And I said, why not? Like, I can cut hair.
Right. That's all that should matter.
It's hair, bro. It's hair. And then I end up going to that shop, turned that bitch up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
turned that
what's
bitch
up.
up something crazy. So,
They used to tell me you used to cut like celebrities.
yeah, man. I would leave. Our shop charged $12 a cut. This was in 2017. We ain't talking like I'm only
$12 a
30
cut, man. I was getting $12 a cut. That was back in the 90s.
in the 90s. That's what I'm saying. So we was $12 a cut putting out this type of work. So I would go and cut a said celebrity, and I would like leave. I would ask the owner on some respect, like, "Yo, is it cool if I go chop up said name?" I go bust down their haircut, come right back to the shop, and get right back to my $12 cut.
You done made your whole day.
And that's
off
the
one
thing,
cut.
man. Those was the worst experiences for me, bro.
To
But
cut a
they were some of
celebrity?
the biggest. They were some of the biggest learning curves for me. Hell yeah, man. I hated it, bro. I despised it
So, I mean, what's bad about cutting?
because you realize that. Now I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but at the time I was only licensed for a year and some change before I started getting those type of looks. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was fired. You know what I'm saying? I was lighting shit up. So
Yeah.
having people not having the presence to essentially demand the respect right out the gate. I didn't feel like I needed to earn anybody's respect. I come with that unconditionally. So being late, being intoxicated, having people moving around the room, not having the things that I asked to have there, even something down to a power strip. You know what I'm saying? We having to move the chair over by the window where all this hot ass light smacking one side, you sweating on one side.
Oh, yeah, because
Just-
they move a certain way, so all they stuff is where they at.
and
You coming to them.
You coming to them, and they treating you like they doing you a favor. I wasn't raised like that, and I didn't build myself up that way. Like
That's tough.
I'm providing a service, so it got to a point where somebody slides you $150, and what I'm supposed to do, bro? Like, this shit was frustrating. That was 2 hours of my time. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the hour driving. Not to mention the fact that when I get back to the shop, everybody want to ask you, what was it like? Was he funny? Blah, blah.
Right.
Like, man, no, bro.
The money was cool, but the frustration that comes with it wasn't worth
Money wasn't even worth it, bro.
it. Damn.
And like to this day, bro, it's essential to me that people understand about me. And this is, forget that we even doing a pod, right? How many times you heard me say money don't mean shit? Like I done been offered crazy crazy life-changing opportunities, NBA team opportunities, and they couldn't accommodate. So what's up? What about my kids and my girl? What about my family? What about when, you know what I'm saying? It was just always about like, we're offering you this.
They just want you.
Yeah, we offering you, like, are you gonna take it or leave it? I'm gonna leave it every single time because you're all you're offering is money, bro. Like that's no
Right.
peace of mind, no respect for my situation, no consideration for my family. And I'm not saying that's all people in all situations, but the people I was dealing with, and that at that time at 20, I think I was 23, it wasn't worth its weight in gold. So
That kind of tell you about them. Who
Yeah.
you'll be working
100%.
with.
But those people, the same people we talking about, it's a hamster wheel. They coming, they gonna keep coming and going. The NBA gonna keep cycling people through. Like every barber in the world gonna have an opportunity to cut a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's what you want to call them. End of the day, like, man, one guy, we allowed to name drop on here, man.
Go ahead. There's only one word you can't say on this show, and I'm sure you know what that is. Other than that, you good. Go.
Yeah. So Jordan Clarkson
Okay.
was the last NBA player that I decided I was gonna deal with
Okay.
for like 4 years because he was the epitome of he sucked. He sucked to deal with, man.
I was about to
And
say, as a person,
it just was like that was the final nail in the coffin for me, where it's like, man, it was playoffs. You know what I'm saying? His haircuts, bro. If y'all don't know Jordan Clarkson before them braids and all them tattoos, he all of a sudden got from GTA. Um, dude was bro literally went from naked skin to full VC, bro. But
Oh my God.
the experience with him was so odd, man, and it was just it was such a disrespectful encounter. The third time that I went over there, it was just like, bro, I drive 3 hours to cut you for free before I drive 30 minutes to cut him for $5 bands.
It was that bad.
Yes, bro. And I'm leaving the details out of respect for both individuals.
Nah, yeah. You ain't gotta say all that.
I know the guy who braids Jordan's hair now, and it's just like it's funny, like to hear the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed but the times, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and these guys, a lot of people in every industry, I'm sure even in your industry, like if you find out, say Beyonce decides to rent out your hospital and wants to deliver her baby in Cleveland, like, are you going to treat her any better than you treat Melissa Monday? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
she's still
I
a
don't
patient.
understand why we do that as people, bro.
Because we
Humans.
put them on these pedestals, man. As who was that? Cat Williams said the same thing about Kanye. And he was like, y'all the one made Kanye. Y'all the one told him he was a genius. Y'all the one told him he was a god.
Right.
You know, now he calls himself Yeezus and all this and that. Y'all did that.
I just seen Buddy was in Cheesecake Factory, bro.
Who?
Kanye.
He ain't like here?
No, not here, but it
Just in a Cheesecake
the
Factory?
fact, like, people don't understand, bro. This is a person, bro. Like, he ain't got to eat at Soho. He ain't got to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He got to have somebody slicing steak off fresh for him. Like, so
Every
heart
single
still
day.
beating. Like, bro, sometimes you just want a penne pasta, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a strawberry lemonade. So why we do that, I don't understand, but I do know how much the internet influences our mind frames and how much it creates our perception of things.
Yep.
And I think that's what I've struggled with as I've grown my business. My Instagram got hacked in 2021.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. I started it in 2012 when it was like brand new. I had already done like the viral circuit. I had worked with Cal Baseball. Like I did a lot of stuff as a personal trainer. So before this barbering thing. So like seeing how when that page was taken from me and I realized how many people who never talked to me outside of the barbershop, outside of getting a haircut, I'm getting called left and right. What's going on with your page? Like, bro, what about what's going on with me? I don't care about the page. The page it's a wrap. I got hacked. It's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you worried about the page, bro.
Are you checking in with me?
You feel
Making
me?
sure I'm good.
I got pictures of my kids on there. I don't even know what's going on no more. You know what I'm saying? So just to think that we do put people on pedestals. We put on pedestals because we want them to be on the pedestal. Because we want something to be like, I want to get to that. I want to get up there. And it's like, nah, bro. Then what happens when you get up there? You're just gonna point to the next one.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll never be satisfied.
Yeah, the air real thin up there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You see those people always come back. They somehow, some way. I ain't saying everybody, but a lot of people. Either they go Jay and they go and hide in their cave and they stay out the way, or they go some of these other fellas' way, and everything come back down. So
Yep.
I'm a human, bro. You're a human. Like I don't get that pedestal shit. That shit weird, man.
Hey, like the Bible say, you know, you ain't gonna be what they say, supporting false gods.
Yep.
And that's clothes, that's shoes, you know, false idols, you know, all of that. I've never believed in that type of stuff. I don't know if that was you or somebody I told. I was at the Cleveland Clinic. Lady come up behind me, and I don't even know if it was this shirt or not, because I be on Sheen heavy.
Yeah.
And yeah, and all of a sudden she came up behind me. She was like, "Oh, I love that outfit you got on." I turned around and proudly, "Ma'am, this is I got this off of Sheen, you know, $350." And she was like, "What?" I said, "The reaction I got. It's the same reason why I bought it. You know, you like it. It's $350. I like it. It don't even matter to me." You know, but we live in a day and age where you put a big ass B on Balenciaga on some ugly ass shoes, and all of a sudden, there go everybody. Why? Because Kanye bought them. Why you buy $700 on Yeezys? Because Kanye is pushing it. But you can't even pay your rent. You can't pay your mortgage or your car note. But because this ugly ass outfit got this person pushing behind it, you want it. Because it's a symbol. It's to say, hey, I got this. You can't afford it. Bro, you can't afford it either. That's the cold part about it. You can't even afford it.
And what you gonna do when shit? You gonna get it? You gonna hand it down to your grandson? Like, hey man, bro, don't worry about that blood stain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't know what this is. Yes, I don't. You're right, because that was 60 years ago.
Yep. Just like
Time
that.
don't wait for no man, so why are we spending all of our time and energy on making money to invest into these things that aren't investments? Like, I'll say this much too. Once upon a time, I used to care so much about how I dressed, bro, that I would be late to class because my socks and my tie didn't match. And it's like, bro, you going to an 8 a.m. first year seminar class. Like, this class is talking about nothing. This is a class that you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hell bent on that to the point where by 2 years ago, I swore to only wear blanks. I just wore blanks. That's the only reason why I got into clothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I'm already wearing blanks, bro. And I started a business. You might as well slap your own stuff on.
Slap your stuff on there.
But it had got me to a point where I could never afford cool shit. We didn't have fly shit. I was a kid wearing the Jordan slides where the Velcro was barely sticking in the snow. You know, I was that kid. And nobody ever bullied me.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was peculiar that the kids that was fly, like some of my homies, they used to get treated like shit sometimes. And it was like, he literally polo head to toe. Polo socks, shoe, pant, shirt, hat, earring, bro. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. Like, dog, how you got a 1.2 GPA but $1.2 million worth of clothes? You know what I'm saying? Made no sense. People didn't respect that, and I realized that very early on, bro. Like, if you know what I'm saying? There's no respect. There's only admiration. Admiration comes and goes, bro. But respect is something that's unconditional. It's unconditional to me.
That is true.
Billionaire Boys Club. How many people you know wear? How many billionaires you know wear Billionaires Boy Club? And let me ask you this:
You don't see no chain. You don't see no diamonds in their mouth and this and that. Hell, look at Jay-Z. When Jay-Z first came out, yeah, we got all the big ass chains and this and that. Now all of a sudden, look at him. He done grew the dreads out and now he cleaned up.
There you go. You got time.
Because you ain't got to wear your money on you.
Come on, bro.
You ain't got to wear your money on you.
When I
you
see
don't
them,
see
when I
Oprah
see
with
them
all
double
that.
strap, I don't even know what them is. Nikes and ends. I don't know. I just call them ends at this point. The double strap, the orthopedics.
Yeah.
Bro, man, I know it's a pension behind that, brother. Like, sir, you mind if I sit next to you, man? I just want to pick your brain.
Yep.
I really will do that, man. Like that.
What was that? The the $50,000 lunch
Come on, that's a funny conversation.
with Jay-Z?
Is it 50? Is it 500,000?
500.
Or
It was
a lunch with Jay-Z.
It was a lunch with Jay-Z or the 500,000.
You hear his response?
And a lot of people was like, "I'll take the money."
What did Jay-Z say?
No, they were asking people the question of, would you sit down with Jay-Z, kind of like how we are right now, or would you take the money? And a lot of people obviously gonna say, "I'll take the money." They like, forget all that. I'm about to flip this 500. Brother, you might not even know where to go to flip it.
Funny thing about that, they asked Jay-Z. You know what Jay-Z said?
Did Jay-Z say he'll take the money?
Take the 500,000. It's all there in the albums for $12.99, and that's facts. Now, why would I be a billionaire getting through the drug game, getting through the rap game, getting through the entrepreneur game, get to be a billionaire, and you not listen? Nigga, I done gave you everything is in my music. 1996 on, right? Y'all got 20 years worth of game.
Yep.
So take the 500. Like, this is him literally saying this. I would hope that you go check this out. It was so funny. People expecting him to have some super like articulate answer. No.
He was just like, take the money.
It's all in the music, bro. Take the money and then listen to the albums. Good luck. You know what I'm saying?
Go listen to 444.
Yeah. Come on, man.
He'll tell you how he was flipping them portraits for his kids and all that. You know.
Come on, man. Investing in art. Like,
Yep.
Think about that, man. Now, don't they got an app for that now, too? You can, like, buy stock in art.
Ooh, I have no idea.
I think they do, man. I'm saying like that. So I want to ask you, as far as, like, that's concerned, you already said it. You would take the money, right? And then
Yeah, it's 500 more than what I got now.
But have you not been around people now and have resources and understanding of how to flip it? So I feel like that's the interest. Like that.
Well, that depends on the person, though.
Right.
You know, my walk of life, I've been around I've been fortunate enough to be around a lot of influential people, to where I know a lot of people I can go to and say, hey, I got this. You know, if I wanted to, what would I go about doing it? Because, you know, I got to protect myself. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ideas right off rip that I know I would probably be doing, you know. But yeah, I would definitely be one of those ones that take the money. Yeah. Obviously, that's 500 more than what you got. Right. You know,
I think I'm the only idiot. I'll take the lunch.
The stuff that Jay-Z probably is going to tell you is in a book, and that's another thing is You know how they say if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book.
Mm.
What is your take on the youth today? Where are we going right now? Kung Fu Kitty, give me something.
Boy, let's kick it.
Where are we going? Where's the youth
My
at?
entire life mission, since I've been a licensed barber, since I've gotten out of the turbulence and I can kind of look around, is mentorship. That's the whole thing. These kids are lost. Bro, they're fucking lost. And they're lost, in my opinion, simply because people are going to point, oh, well, they spend too much time on the internet. There's too much misinformation. Who's supposed to give them the information in the first place?
The parents?
So we blaming the world for what's happening to our kids. We're not blaming the parents for how they raising them. And just because you're in your child's life don't mean you're giving them proper information or proper guidance. So what I think is going on with the youth is when a young man, say like the kids that I cut, their parents have gotten they've become so comfortable with leaving their child with me that the parents that used to sit on the couch, that started sitting in the hallway. Now they sitting in the car. Now they going home.
Really?
So the youth just need somebody to fucking listen, bro. And that's kind of where all of this came from, is from people not listening to me. So I still got that fire under my ass, just like these little young kids got that fire under their ass. It's like, dog, I told you I want to make a YouTube. And you told me that's a dumb idea.
Mm.
You a C student. What you worried about YouTube for? Like, bro, because I want to make a YouTube. I'm sitting in class thinking about content. We don't want to listen to these kids, bro. That's what's wrong. I don't think it's ever going to be any more complex than that. A kid tell you he want to sell Q-tips, ask him what type. Tell him it's a dumbass idea. You know what I'm saying? These youth they're not dumb. They're not ignorant. And quite frankly, they've been watching you. So trust me, if they don't want to go your direction, it's because something they see in your path they don't want to go through.
Yep.
They don't want to walk that path.
That's boy.
So
that's a damn show.
It's a fact, man. And when I've had kids go as far as ask me for my personal number, like, is it okay if I text you? And mentorship sometimes is being a student in the process of being a teacher, which is, why don't you ask your parents first? Because I can't override your foundation. I can only help add to it, but I'll never undermine your mother, your father, to go directly to you, because that's still their job.
Right.
Having a kid go outside and then run back inside, you know, kids kind of awkward, so they like one hand in their pocket, like running. And my mom said it's cool, and they, what's your number? They like, they're eager for the connection. They're eager for somebody they can bounce their ideas off of. And then I'll speak even for my children. They wake up, they're told what they can and can't wear, what they can and can't eat. Like, if your kid want to have Jell-O for breakfast, like, I wouldn't do that, but if it makes him score perfect on his ACT, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop telling your kids who they are and start listening to who they want to be. And then give them the tools, resources. Or if you don't have either or to give them, just fucking listen to them, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I think that's what's going on with the youth, bro. They're falling on deaf ears, but these ears, they've been deaf for decades. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like the generational change that has happened? You know, because a lot of parents are millennials now.
Yeah.
Like my age group.
Right.
You know, people that are coming from the early 80s, late 80s or whatever. We're the ones raising the kids now. And back then, you know, like Bernie Mac said, we had Big Mama. You know, you had Big Mama back then. You went to church. You know, you didn't talk back. You know, I come from an era where there was, you know, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Not just on some because you're from the South, but just that's just kind of how it was. There was a level of respect. There was almost even a level of fear that you had, you know, that kind of hopefully coincides with the respect.
Yeah.
But, you know, I talk about this a lot, man. When you go, let's say your mom take you over to her friend's house, what's supposed to happen? You walk in there, she say, don't you go in there, you speak, and you do what? You sit your ass down, watch TV if they got TV in there, and you wait for mama to come on up out of there. If they playing dominoes or cards or whatever they got going on, drinking, you make yourself scarce because you ain't supposed to see that as no child. Times are just different, man. I just feel like a lot of kids are seeing a lot of stuff that we wasn't allowed to see when we were children. You know, and we had a lot of structure back then.
Yeah.
and I don't feel like there's a lot of structure going
Community's gone. Community's gone, bro.
Community.
In every way, shape, or form. Do you know your neighbors' names?
That's
Neither
tough.
do I.
That's tough.
Neither do I. Community's gone. So how can we, again, back to the point of like
The village raising the child.
village raising the child. We were told that we ain't got no business knowing what's going on. Don't come in this room.
Mm-hmm.
But we had the presence of mind because there was discipline and there was consequences, bro. We had both. So it's like, bro, like go ask if we can play the game. Like, no, bro, I ain't going to ask, man. You go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you go ask.
And then now, if a kid does it, it's like I feel like parents are trying to be their kids' friends as well. That's dangerous water to swim in. Because watching these parents try to befriend their kids, why would a child look at you as their elder? Why would they look at you as their leader? You know
They're looking at you as their equal.
Come on, bro. I
That's
wasn't
dangerous.
in ninth grade looking at my friend like, bro, I ain't gonna do nothing unless you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tell me what to do and I'm gonna jump. You know what I'm saying? Never in life. Because my mom and my dad was the only two people that brought me in this world. And my mama made sure I understood she could take me out.
She could take you.
You know what I mean? So that, you said it already. Fear can be easily confused with respect.
Mm-hmm.
I think kids now don't respect adults, and adults feel it and see it, but you're not doing anything respectable. You're not doing anything that's setting an example to be respected. Why would I follow a bad leader, bro?
That is true.
You got all your platoons killed, dog. I'm cool. I'm going rogue, man. I got a better chance of surviving on my own, and that's what a lot of these kids are doing. Even us, we're here doing content right now because some kids figured it out first. You know what I'm saying? Teenagers got this popping. What we doing today is because of kids, bro. Yep. Somebody got off the beaten path. Like, yeah, this is not it, bro. I'm not going to Swage Lock for 43 years. No. You, next
right.
thing you know, you too. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a great. I like that question, man. I also feel like, in light of the community aspect, how are we supposed to expect our kids? Let me rephrase this. How do you get your kids to continue to pass the baton or continue running when you hand them the baton? Do you ever feel like you've given them a life that is so devoid of obstacles and consequences and or like trauma, negative experiences? Like, man, how are they gonna have any skin? How are they gonna know how to like bounce back from anything? You worried about that?
Hell yeah, I'm worried about that, bro. Like where I live, like, man, like they don't know the stuff that I went through or even their mom went through. You know, we come from the hood. Like we've seen, I've been playing outside and see a drive-by go by. I'm talking about the dudes with the gun running past me, and I'm behind some bushes. Like if he wanted to, it's over with. But I've seen that stuff. I've seen the drug exchange. I've seen things in Houston, man, where you see the women walking down the street at night. You know what's going on. What Kevin Hart call them? Private school kids. That's what I got at the crib.
Private school kids, yeah.
And it's like, how do I show them that mommy and daddy had to work hard for everything we got
without making it competitive?
Yeah, and I don't want to beat it down your throat, and I don't want to make you feel bad either. Like, I did all this for you. We did all this so y'all can have the life that y'all have. But at the same time, I want you to respect everything we did for y'all. And I hope that, like you said, pass the baton. I hope that you are those type of children who are going to take this and run with it. It's kind of like Shaq. Shaq told his kids, hey, y'all all got to work. Y'all, I need, what do you say, like 3 degrees or some shit? Yeah. Shaq got tons of money, but he still wants something for their children. You know, even Shannon, all his kids are doing something. So it's like, but that's my job as a parent too. You know, my job is, you know, I want them to be better than me. I want them to be better than my wife. You know, you're supposed to stay in the house as long as you can, get your degree or whatever you decide to do. The passing of the baton should be easy. It should be like, well, there you go. Right. You know, I'm the father. She's the mother. We're supposed to take care of you guys and then send you on your way. Yeah. But it's supposed to be a fair and easy exchange. Now, granted, it don't always work like that. shit happens. Whether it's in a relationship, whether there's a downsizing at your job or whatever like that, it's life. But at the end of the day, man, like I say, I think there was a time when I showed them a video of like some African kids on YouTube. And it was just me trying to be creative to show them, like, you see what I mean by when I say eat your food, when I say eat your vegetables, you see all these kids lined up and they're waiting. They got their little bowl in their hand and they waiting. And you got somebody spooning, with a spoon out in the village.
Right. No, ain't no telling what's in that broth.
Yeah, just a big old thing of broth, beans, and some rice. That's it.
That's it.
In a juice pack.
And they will walk over a child to get it.
Yes. I said, y'all over here with snack, Little Debbie cake this, Little Debbie cake that, eating half a chicken and then want to throw it. Man, I didn't watch them with the plate. I'm like, whoa, what you doing?
What you on, man?
Didn't you remember the video I showed you? That could be you, bro.
No, they don't.
So you have to appreciate everything that we're doing for you guys. And that's the drawback, man, is how do we get them to appreciate everything that we're doing and show them that it could be worse without taking them to the hood and showing them like, the look, this is your alternative.
100%. I think you hit it on the head. Also, you can't introduce your children to the experiences of your childhood until you've healed from them. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so easy for a father who say moves out here, and he can say like, I put my kids through Twinsburg. Hey, y'all hop in the whip. I'm about to take y'all down the way.
Right.
Look, over here, we used to, I got beat up, but we jumped this. Dog, your kid's in the back seat, like, dude, like, what is the lesson here? And then we get back to the driveway at the crib and hop out. Now you done stroked your ego. Yeah. Bro, what did he learn? What did he learn? For real. Other than like, oh, shit. So basically, if I don't be you, then I'm going to be them. Because are we loving on our kids enough for them to want to take the baton, bro? Mm. Are you giving enough hugs and kisses? Are you throwing your arm around them? Are you sitting down and playing 2K?
Right.
You might not care. I don't care about Fortnite, but you can explain your build to me. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to me passing information along, what's going to be the only reason why you don't receive it?
Or if they don't become you and make it the way you made it, do you still love them?
That's exactly. And the child is asking himself that.
The child, of course. Yeah, the child is asking.
Thinking it? The child is asking himself.
I didn't become a barber. I didn't own my own shop. Right. You know what I mean? I become a doctor. So did I fail you?
Exactly.
You know?
And then God forbid you give them any reason to believe as such. They're children, right? So
they're going to suck up anything. They're sponges. Exactly. They're going to suck up anything you give them.
I've made the mistake 100,000 times. Man, damn, man, you just don't get it. Like, yeah, bro, he's 8. He sure doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you explain it?
Right.
And why don't you take a lap and realize he don't feel loved. He's not going to receive this message. Hey, man, you just a kid, bro. Let me show you this.
Yep.
All right, Dad. Boom. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So I personally believe that every single child on this planet at some point will be traumatized. Some point. But every single child should have somebody they can go to, a.k.a. their mother or their father or both, and help heal, bro.
Yeah.
I do know that, like, therapy and counseling and these different services and opportunities exist.
Is it prevalent in the black community?
It's not prevalent in the black community. It's not at all.
Why don't we go to counseling? Why don't we go to therapy? Is that just some white people stuff? Like
I didn't go to therapy till I literally self-destructed, bro. I waited till it got that bad before I decided I wanted some help. And it's like that song with Jelly Bro. He said, well, I only talk to God when I need a favor.
Yeah.
Like,
and once you get it, you good.
Precisely. That demeanor of what it means to be a man, to be tough. Like, resilience doesn't have to be what it's been this entire time in our history. I even tell people all the time, you cannot tell me that we're being oppressed when people who had it 10 billion times worse than us figured out how to build entire communities that were self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. You got your own hospital, bus route, bank, market, grocery store, you name it.
Yeah.
We've done it. History repeats itself. For some reason, we don't want to read their books. We don't want to listen to their speeches. We don't want to follow their instructions, bro. I hate that more than anything because at the end of the day, we've done it. We've already proven. We have historical evidence that we can make it happen. We have the opportunities and the resources available. Even when they're restricted, they're available.
So you're saying we can work together?
We will work together. The world ain't going.
And what community are you talking about? What race are you talking about?
All of them. But if we're gonna just speak on what we were looking at right now, there's this thing that we all know, right? Okay, you started in the hood. You see drive-bys. Dude let you pass because you in the bushes. I ain't got time to really pop you right now. What you're about to do in the next couple months is about to be monumental for your family and for your career. Mm-hmm. It's a repeatable process. The only reason why we go from the hood to the suburbs is because we've watched everyone before us who's had anything worth losing leave. But it's the people who get left are like, you motherfuckers left us, and the people left like, you motherfuckers deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like some seafood up in here.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel
crabs in the bucket.
Yeah, crabs in the bucket. Because we don't pull our resources, bro.
But why is that though? Like, I mean, the Chinese, white people, Hispanics, everybody work together. We the only ones that as soon as one of us make it, we hate on them. You know, and I want to say this. I want your feedback. When Shannon was on Undisputed, and Skip did what he did, he said what he said about him. Everybody and their mama, I can't believe he said this. How he gonna do Shannon like that? And then all of a sudden, Nightcap happened. Then first take and Club Shay Shay and all that, and all the support, the Laportier, liquor that he has, and we big ups. You doing it? Yep. Soon as this brother pull up out the truck with the outfit on and everything else, we got something bad to say. Why is it that when we get to a level of success, we tend to attack our own people like that?
I think we fear our own extension, man. We fear ourselves more than anything in the world. We fear ourselves, bro. There's no reason why Shannon Sharp should have ever, according to our own selves, there's no reason why he should have believed he could be where he is today.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, we presume that we don't deserve it. Then we see somebody go and get it, and they don't deserve it. How? Then you go and get it, and you ain't gonna share it, and you deserve it.
Right.
Somebody else want to ask you how you got it, and you don't want to tell them because they don't deserve it. What the fuck is that? It's because we don't pull our resources. All Shay had to do was watch and learn, bro. Follow the steps. It's a repeatable process. Everything's I don't even like at this. That's why I don't allow race to play a role in any decisions I make or anything that happens to me, bro. Mm-hmm. Number one thing is I'm irrevocably accountable for everything that happens in my life. If you punch me in my face, I did something wrong. Punch me in my face by accident, shit. I was in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? But if we're not gonna pull our resources, this conversation gonna happen again and again and again and again. We can look at any Asiatic race, any Asiatic culture, and see they can come here. I don't even know. I remember. I want to say that Chinese, Indian, and Nigerians are, if not the top 3, then the top 5 highest earning groups in this country.
Okay.
I went to Solon High School, bro. I saw 8 people coming out of a 3-bedroom house, and I saw 6 Teslas in the driveway. Now imagine we had the audacity. We already all pulled up in one house. It's just grandma owned it, and she the only one with a job. If y'all gonna be in the street, cool, be in the street. If you're gonna go get a entry level, cool. If you're gonna have a career, cool. But why don't we have anything? Why don't we have any assets? Because we don't want to sacrifice for one another, bro. And I think that is a genetic encoding. I think that shit has literally been beaten into us over the course of time. But then again, historical accounts prove that less than 60 years after abolition of slavery, people had hospitals, bro. Black-owned hospitals, black-owned dentistries, black-owned tuxedo shops.
We had Black Wall Street.
It took no time. We had multiple Black Wall Streets. Multiple. People only know about the one that got burnt down. They all got burnt down. Yes, that was the one that was most noteworthy. That's where a white guy could go and pull up with a camera and a couple of writers and say, let's make a movie. So we don't even want to know how to get to the next step.
Yeah.
We're not pulling resources though, and I hate that. I feel like our people look at resources as being money, and that being it. Like you said, books, right? Put it in a book.
Put in a book.
Everything's in a book, bro. Everything. I still talk about Dr. Sebi. Oh yeah, man, I heard Nip. No, you didn't hear Nip. You heard about it after Nip. You didn't know nothing about the doctor. You still don't know nothing about that. What you know about Dr. Sebi now? Oh shit, bro. Exactly. Dr. Sebi's been teaching people. He defended himself against the Supreme Court and won, bro. It's in a book. He wrote it. Read it. You want to know how the body works? Read his book. Because I'm not going to go to a doctor who's going to write me a prescription. I'm going to go to a guy who cured cancer. Because I don't have cancer. If I have a cold, I feel like you're going to have the answer for that in that book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, bro, I don't need a prescription for that. You know what I'm saying? So if we're not going to put our resources together, we're not going to have any.
Facts.
It's really that simple. If you make 100,000, I make 100,000, he make 100,000, and we all live in 3 different houses, and then the guy across the street, the Indian family, has 6 people living in there making $50,000. Come on, man. Same amount of money, but what we can do with our resources is significantly greater than what you can do alone.
That is true.
No questions asked.
That is true.
Don't know what that's about. Do you feel like, I'll ask you this, when Shannon got on to First Take, did it not become immediately apparent that Stephen A. felt the pressure of having somebody at his level on his show across the table from him?
Yeah, he had to come with it. Yeah. You got the hottest free agent in this industry on your show, and for the first time in a long time, because I don't remember nobody. I mean, maybe Skip back in 2014 when they both were pretty good or whatever, but yeah, he had to bring his A game, because Shannon was that dude and still is that dude. And then of course he had to kind of, get his feet wet and get familiar with the set and all that. But Shannon's been on fire. I mean, if you looked at the numbers, he's only on there, Monday and Tuesday?
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, he's on there like Monday and Tuesday. And I'm talking about Undisputed stuff have just came down. Tanked out bad.
This dude, man, it got so bad for Skip. Skip went back to people he had beef with. Like, hey, man.
I didn't understand. I'm like, wait a minute. Keyshawn and who was the other guy? Richard Sherman? The dude that literally y'all had a whole bit. Like, there's history with y'all two. I never understood that. You got 3 dudes to replace one guy.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Come on, man.
3 dudes to replace him.
Value, bro.
Yep. But I was before because I definitely want to touch up on sports. I definitely want to touch up on sports. Relationships. What is it like dating in 2024? And is it? Go ahead. Let me just check here.
My pulse on my temperature on dating in 2024 is, what can you do for me? And why should I stop doing what I'm doing for you?
I've been hearing it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes have been telling me that. What can he do for me? What can he do for me? Because if I got a badass body, there's another guy in the DMs that can do it for me.
Precisely.
So why am I wasting my time on you?
Love and respect is gone. The courtship aspect is really just a check system. It's like, how much, right? It's of how much. What do you have? What's your credit score? I've even been asked, can I see your my chart? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been asked for my my chart. For somebody
Let's see what your my chart for.
Didn't even want to sleep with this person. That's the funny part. It's just,
oh,
you know what I'm saying? It's
damn.
Just, it gets to a point where, like, dog, you'll be in Marble Room with somebody you started talking to 6 days ago. You done drove 40 minutes to pick them up. Their expectations, because you set the bar. I'll say this. Don't introduce anybody to a vibe you cannot maintain. That is a dangerous place to play. Don't ever introduce nobody to a vibe. Man, woman, child. Do not introduce anybody to a vibe you cannot maintain, because this dating world is totally transactional, bro.
So if you give me Marble Room on Monday, I need Marble Room on Tuesday?
You deserve it. Because
Hey, don't get me the good shit and don't keep it coming.
Come on now. Like the guys who date for real, like they do this date. I don't do this dating thing. The guys that date for real, they learn and they'll tell you, they sit in my chair and tell you, man, bro, take a girl to take her on a walk through to Edgewater. Go up to the beach and just walk the beach. And then go and get a coffee and pay for yours.
Yeah.
And then see if she calls you in 3 days.
Shouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Now, hey, shorty, you want to go to Summer Place? Take her to a mediocre lunch. Then, next time, I just want to chill today.
See if she really want to be with you to be with you. To be with you.
Come on, man, because it's all transactional, bro.
What's up with Cheesecake Factory? I like Cheesecake Factory. I might take the wife tonight.
Shout out to Erica, man. So it's a running joke. It's a running joke, man. It's a running joke that basically, and the internet gonna be able to check this for us. But essentially, it's a billion memes out there about if he takes you to Cheesecake Factory, essentially run. Like that's broke boy energy.
Man, that bread good. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Brother.
That brown bread?
Yes, sir.
Man, please.
Cinnamon butter me up, cousin. Like,
damn, I'm going to Cheesecake Factory tonight.
Legacy?
Because we supposed to be going out. We got babysit and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't got no, we was going to go to Blue Canyon.
Gotcha.
But, you need a reservation and all that. And I'm thinking, I might do Cheesecake.
I
shit.
Canyon. I don't remember it anymore.
Can't go wrong with Cheesecake Factory,
But that's the thing. It's the checks and balances of dating. If you're gonna take me to Cheesecake, is this all you can do? Is this all you can afford? Because I got this guy over here want to fly me out to Turks and Caicos. You know,
do that.
It's sad, bro, but it's real. That's really going on out here. Like it's really going on out here. I have the unfair advantage of hearing 12 different people's perspective every day, right? So I get to get the world through a lot of different eyes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't experience it. So when I took a friend to Cheesecake Factory, she started laughing and she pulled up the meme because she know me. Like, she know how I rock. We got real good energy, but it's just the fact that she immediately showed me the meme like, this is killing me right now.
I was going to ask you, was this before or after the meme started? So this is after the memes.
This is way after the meme. This was like...
Did you know about the meme?
I had no idea.
Oh,
this was maybe...
it makes it even better.
3 weeks ago.
It makes it even better because
I had no idea.
You're in the dark
so
on
I'm
it.
pulling up because I'm tired of driving around. It's 7 p.m. I just want to eat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we right by Legacy. I don't really want Chipotle. Because I was going to take it. That's what I'm saying. You not dating me for what I can give you. Trust me on that. You know what I'm saying? This is not a transaction. Like, this is not that. I will absolutely buy you a water. Like, you're tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that I didn't want Chipotle, I was like, I just whipped around with the cheesecake. But had a great dinner. Had a great time. Things only grow from there. I think that's just dating, bro. I sincerely think that's just dating. And I think it's also this so-called manosphere where men feel like they are competing with each other. Like if you see a girl got 15.2 thousand followers, you automatically look at your you look at your situation and say if it's even worth getting in the pool, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let you get weird enough to start looking at her like count and let you start clicking on some of the faces of the people in the comments. Like, oh damn, bro, he owned 2 bars and he got this going on. Like, I'm just gonna like her picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that part, man. Like, everybody ain't for you, but everybody ain't exclusive, bro. Like, it's until you see a ring, right? That's that.
That is true.
That's sick to me, but it's still true. You know what I'm saying? Even myself, I wanted to be married, but I didn't move fast enough. You know what I'm saying? And then I allowed things to leak into that situation.
How long? You was about to get married, brother?
I proposed and we was engaged.
How long you engaged for?
Too long.
What you was waiting on?
We were engaged. Well, basically, I wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to understand the move I had made and what those parameters consisted of.
So you had an oh shit moment. I'm engaged. Like it hit you.
Yes.
So were you just in a state of in love at the time? Something just kind of came over you. Like
I was
did you
in a state of fear, bro?
Fear from what?
That I wasn't handling my end of the bargain. That I wasn't being the man that I said I was going to be. That I wasn't coming through on the things that I said I was going to come through on. So I felt like that was kind of like a solace for me. Like if I do this, if I show this gesture, then it's going to buy me time to actually grow into the man that I know that you need and who you deserve. And I think I got to a point where, she and I actually talked about this. It got to a point where I don't really believe that she believed in me anymore. So even though I proposed, I was under the impression for 3 years that she wanted to say no, and just it was too much pressure. But that was in my head because I don't think that when I proposed, I deserved her yes. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And then I proceeded not to be the man that deserved to marry that woman type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know how I am. I'm very accountable about the things and decisions I made. But that's why being in this dating world, being in this atmosphere is I'm good at communicating. I can talk to a fucking brick. And it's very easy to use gift or gab because everybody's hearing the same thing. So if I ask you something that's off beat, off pace, before you know it, like you leaning across the table, like what is up with this dude? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know, man. It's weird. You've been married for so long, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ask you questions about marriage.
Bro, it's been almost, 14 years next month?
Dude been married since he was 12, man.
Hey,
Jeez.
you know what I'm saying? It's the lineup.
It's the lineup, man. I ain't taking this on, bro.
Yeah.
But
nah, man. I love how you said courtship. And the thing is men, on the outside looking in, I feel like men in this generation don't take pride in loving a woman, liking a woman, pulling out their chair. You know, there's certain things you do when you go on a date. You sit facing the door. You know, my wife knows that. If we're walking on the street like this outside, she's on the outside, not the inside. You know, if you're on a curve, she's obviously on the inside. You know, it's just those things you shield her. You have to fall in love with the woman. Yeah. And the reason why I bring up social media a lot is because I feel like there's so much accessibility out there. The fact that you can just be, bro, you can be looking at puppies 1 minute and then just swipe on Instagram, and then next thing you know, you're looking at ass, and you're like, well, I don't even know how the fuck we got here, right. But we here, and next thing you know, tap, and then tap, and if you that dude, now you in her DMs, and because it's just so many. Because women, I love you, but don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like there's a lot of women out there that just kind of know the algorithm, if you know what I mean.
There you go.
Because, and I know guys think this too, if you got ass and titties and you got a semi-cute face, you a 6 and above, put yourself on Instagram and you're going to make money. Yeah. Why? Because there's a guy in his basement somewhere eating popcorn, just loving the fuck out your pictures. Yep. Because, and you're just going to blow up off that shit. And then God, here come OnlyFans.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just, that's the world we live in now.
This world's so sick sometimes, dog, that I know a guy who does OnlyFans, and he literally does it to give
I keep forgetting guys do that shit.
Business advice. No sexual. OnlyFans was never set up to be a sex app, bro.
Yeah, that's the same thing they said about Snapchat.
About how exactly. Like the
same
world,
thing.
It was meant to be a form of picture texting. It was like a new format of texting. That's why that company don't make no money. They didn't really have a plan on how to grow and make money.
Yep.
OnlyFans was supposed to be a platform for people who had a fan base who wanted to have exclusive content to their fan base.
Only your fans.
Now, if you're a smart person, like if I was a musician, I would only release my music in video format on OnlyFans. Like if Kanye, how he released Vultures on a website, why did it take him that long to go direct to consumer? That's all these services are, is DTC. You're going straight to your consumer. But knowing that a guy is telling his homies, hey, bro, follow me on or subscribe to my OnlyFans and you can learn how to do your taxes. And the first thing people say, man, what the fuck? Like, man, you tweaking, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I did. So if you look at my bank statements, you're going to see an OnlyFans charge for $3.99, but this man's been giving me game for 5-6 years now. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow nobody else. Check me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else. But that's where I can access his information. Every time I've sat and talked with him, he's given me great advice, and the advice has worked out. Practical ways to play the game of taxes. But you say that in a room full of any humans, and they're going to be like, wow, dude, you stay the fuck away from that guy. You know what I mean? These women absolutely, and this is where I think courtship matters as well. How are you going to lead? Like, you're so quick to, again, you want to be transactional. Look at the table that I pulled up for you. Oh, you don't have a chair? Here's your chair. Where's the work? Where's the work? I can't give you anything else but a nice dinner. Mm-hmm. And you can't, this is perception. I'm perceiving that this is what you want because I've been watching your page. You go on vacations. You always in Miami. You only take pictures looking over your shoulder with your ass hanging out. At the end of the day,
oh man,
this woman might hate that lifestyle. She might hate the way she's being courted.
Yeah.
Court her the way she ask her how she wants to be courted. You know what I'm saying? Like courtship. I courted the mother of my children for 6 years, bro. The first 90 days of us dating, we weren't even dating because we didn't know we were dating. I spent 6 years softening that pillow, you know what I'm saying, to the point where her comfort level with me was so high. She trusted me right out the gate.
Yeah.
We slept in the same bed the first 3 months and never had any encounters at all, whatsoever. And it was all from the courtship. Somehow that got lost in translation as I started to allow myself to sabotage the relationship. But in today's dating, I really do feel like people are so afraid to be alone, they'll do anything to be wanted. They don't want to be in a relationship. I feel like they want to be wanted, like desperately wanted. So if you are a girl who's getting 500, 600 likes, will you post that man that's really feeling you and you feeling him, or will that affect your algorithm so much so that it's going to kill your ego?
Damn.
Because if you post, all of a sudden you tag Tony.
Them numbers going to drop. Oh, she got a man? Oh, shit. Yeah. We ain't doing that.
And like my slogan, I always tell people the internet is not a real place, bro. It's not even a slogan. It's a fact. It's not a real place.
Right.
Damn, you just broke your phone. Now what? Nothing.
You killed everybody in the internet.
Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Go to the store tomorrow, brother. You know what I'm saying? But relax, though. Calm it down. Like, when I lost my pages, what I thought was so funny, people were literally calling me like, bro, what happened? Are you okay? Or I had one dude, bro, I had a dude, I ain't going to put his name out there, but basically the person who hacked my page ended up turning my page into one of those, like, flip pages, like, bring me 200, I'll flip it for $2,000, 300, $3,000, 400, $4,000. I had a guy, unfortunately, fell for it, sent this, whoever the hell hacked me, $400. Came up to the barbershop at 7 in the morning while I'm doing a haircut and put a gun in my chest, bro. Shaking. With my money, bro. I've been cutting this man's hair. I still cut his hair to this day.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah, fam. Yeah.
I need something stronger than Gatorade. You had a motherfucker come up here with a piece?
Not up here when I was at West Park. Yep. At 7 in the morning, it's the middle of the summer.
So he paid somebody on the platform that got hacked, and you were supposed to pay?
Because he was under the impression it was me, because the internet leaves impressions on people. This is the whole thing we talking about. A woman could be sleeping on a fucking foam pad that she calls a mattress next to a laundry basket full of piss. But if her perception is that she's always on vacation, you're going to feel like you have no chance in hell with this woman. And it's just what it is. This man, because I'm a trustworthy person, I only promote what's true. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He obviously assumed that this was me. He even was, because I had to obviously I had someone in a chair and a gun in my chest. Now to de-escalate both situations. Hey, bro, it's cool. Hey, lower that shit. Let me show you something. Show me what you've been talking about. Because I have to be calm. I'm about to lose my life. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense in me freaking out. You know what I mean?
You don't want to freak
him out.
But
basically, the DMs this man showed me doesn't speak like me. Verbiage and all types. You could tell this wasn't somebody who speaks English. All kinds of stupid, but you just going back and forth. You have my personal number. You never called me or texted me. I'll cut your hair. Don't you think I would tell you, hey, bro, if you got $400, I'll flip it for you. How much? I mean, it don't matter. What if you get back $401, you made a profit? That's something I would say.
Right.
But I don't flip money, so why would you expect me all of a sudden just start posting that I flip money? The bottom line is, because he trusts the internet more than he trusts his own intuition. He trusts what he sees on the line in a fake place more than he sees in real life. This man sent $400. $400, that's it, bro. That's it. $400.
You ain't talking 4 stacks.
And you risked your life and threatened mine.
And you had somebody in the chair.
Come on, bro. Like, in reality, I'll never in my life forgive him for that. But I understood the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no more free haircuts for him, bro.
You feel me?
That's crazy.
And that's the thing. People like that, I've done those types of things for. I've given free haircuts, birthday cuts even. Like, hey, bro, I understand. So, man, woman, don't make a difference, bro. The internet's not a real place. Y'all need to use this shit as a resource, not as a reliability. Please stop relying on the internet for your information and for your perception.
Facts.
Please. Like, that's a dangerous way to play this life game, man. And I think that trickles right into the dating world, right into relationships, even if it's not dating. Platonic relationships are affected. God forbid me and you have a falling out, and then I see my best friend with you at a bar. Now I unfollow both of y'all. Hey, bro, what's up with you, man? Why you cancel my appointment? Man, I don't really feel like talking to you, bro. We'll rock out and go ghost on somebody and never talk to him again over the internet, dog. Like it be some dumb shit going on out here.
What they call it, Facebook official?
Yeah, bro.
It's official. It's official. Oh, so and so unfollowed Drake. He like, so what?
Come on, man.
Like that does that mean anything? Mm-hmm. You ever heard of a marketing strategy?
Come on, dog.
Let me ask you this. you know, I love to laugh. I need your top 5 comedians.
Ooh. I'm too young. Top 5. All right, I'm gonna go with what I know. In order.
You ain't gotta say Richard Pryor. I mean,
I gotta go in order though, or just
then, okay. Just give me your 5.
On stage, funny or funny?
Damn, that's a good ass question because
I got some answers, brother.
Shit. Just on stage, off stage. Okay. If they do movies or stand up, just put them all.
Lavelle Crawford, Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Theo Von. I'm sorry if y'all don't like Theo, you stupid. Theo Von's hilarious.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck that is.
Bro, Theo Von is.
You gotta send me that one. Send me some shit because I ain't hip.
I'm just telling you, he don't even do. He do stand up, but he just funny. Like he just.
Theo.
Theo Von.
Theo Von. Okay.
White Southern guy with a mullet.
Okay.
Yes. He like a country thug, bro, but he don't try to be nobody. So that's 4. I ain't gonna sit here and gas him up. Number 5, brother. Man. That's tough, my dude. Maybe DL Hewley.
DL.
Maybe.
DL. Now it's your list. But you put somebody that's in the Kings of Comedy and then put the King. I mean, it's your list. I don't even know why I brought that up.
We talking about Mr. Burns?
Man,
look, bro. I didn't watch any of his stand-up.
You mean to tell me that motherfucker ain't on your list?
I mean, cause that's like his talent. Like, bro, you said you gave me 5.
I gave you 5.
And
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so go through it again. You got Theo, you got DL, you got Cat,
Dave,
you got Dave,
and
Lavelle Crawford.
Bernie is honorable mention, but I ain't watch them all like that.
All right, I get it.
I even say Godfrey. People don't think Godfrey
is good. I watched the interview that he did. He is, and the crazy part about it, Godfrey. I remember Godfrey way back with Soul Plane. He was funny on that.
Yeah.
Here I'll give you mine. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Bernie Mac. Not all in order.
That's a safe list.
What you mean?
Nobody gonna argue with that list. Because obviously that's how you feel, but like that's what I'm saying. Like that, our 5 years in age difference is a big difference, bro. Like Eddie Murphy was doing daddy daycare when I was 10 years old. Like that was my Eddie Murphy.
But see, my Eddie Murphy is Coming to America. My Eddie Murphy is Nutty Professor. You know what I mean? Like
real talent. That's talent.
Yeah, but Martin Lawrence is. See, a lot of people don't remember the Martin Show. Well, some people remember the Martin Show, but hell, you remember House Party?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't even a big thing on House Party. He was Bilal. He was the DJ. Remember bumping the table? Yo, watch the tape. Like,
I probably seen
but then
it,
he
though,
goes to Martin and just blows up. And when it was something about when Bad Boys came out, because Bad Boys is like one of my favorite movies of all time, and the reason why. Can you imagine? Now, you watch Fresh Prince, right? Can you imagine being a kid in the 90s and you got Fresh Prince and Martin Show on at the same time and then the motherfuckers come together? I almost lost my mind. Yeah. I said, they making a movie and it's a buddy cop movie and it's action packed. Man, you couldn't tell me that.
Too, huh?
Man, it was a time to be alive.
I would say Martin is inarguably the funniest show of all time.
Def Comedy Jam. When he hosted Def Comedy Jam, because I know you got Def Comedy Jam, you got Comic View and all that, but Def Comedy Jam was just, a lot of people that we know today came from Def Comedy Jam. Absolutely. But like I say, Bernie Mac, untouchable. Eddie Murphy, everything that he did, you have to go watch Raw. I know it's an old classic with him in the red, Raw. Dave Chappelle, Dave grew on me because my stepdad back in the day, like back in '05, used to watch the Chappelle show. I never really got an opportunity to watch because I was still kind of on the young side or whatever, which is crazy. That show was so fucking funny. And the skits that he did and stuff like that. But his more recent, like when he came back, his stand-ups, oh man, it's untouchable.
Bro, it's
untouchable.
It's impeccable work, bro.
The way he sets his jokes up, the way he makes you think, and then of course you got Cat Williams. Cat can't miss. I loved some Cat Williams like back in 07, 08 when he did the Pimp Chronicles and all that. I've watched every single session he's had.
He's the funniest ever.
The guy that I didn't put on the list, which my wife ain't gonna like, Kevin Hart. And the reason why I say okay. You can't tell me that people wasn't doing all right. You gonna learn it. Like we was saying them damn jokes, but like I said, when people get success, we tend to hate on them for whatever reason. Now I understand that
consistent success.
Yeah, I understand that Kevin has just been on every freaking movie we didn't seen. He done been in every he done had 10 specials in the last 10 years. Like we get it. That just means he's grinding. What's wrong with that? That means he's working hard. He's doing what he got to do. But why do we feel the need to hate on Kevin Hart? The reason why he's not in my list because the guys that I put before him, I don't even think he would argue it.
He wouldn't.
Like Kevin Hart, I just named Eddie Murphy. I looked up to him. Bernie Mac, I looked up to him. Martin Lawrence, I looked up to him. Dave Chappelle. All those guys, he would probably tell you himself. Yeah. Now, there's a couple people, I don't know if you've ever heard of Paul Mooney.
I haven't heard the name.
Yeah. You should check out Paul Mooney. Funny as shit. Robin Harris, the dad from,
Shane Gillis. You ever heard of Shane Gillis?
No.
Newer comedian?
No.
Yeah, man. Some cats. Cam
See, I gotta watch some of these new guys. Yeah. But yeah, I come from, like I say, 80s, 90s or whatever. A little young for the, what's the OG everybody says? Richard Pryor. Yeah, I couldn't tell you a Richard Pryor joke. And I feel like, because a lot of people say, why you ain't got Richard on your, bro, I can't even tell you a joke. Yeah. Why would I put him on my list?
I just know
just because everybody else said it.
His sound was iconic.
Yeah. Sanford and Son, Red Fox.
Yeah.
Loved him to death too. He was good.
But him and Eddie, I want to say him and Eddie had a falling out, right? Or no, I'm tripping. I'm talking about
JJ
from Good Times. JJ.
Oh, JJ, yeah.
Or somebody had a beef with Red Fox. I guess they went from mentor mentee to arch nemesis type thing. So that's kind of what killed off Red Fox. But that's the thing when you start looking into the history of this stuff. It's I can't relate. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any impact on me. Yeah. I think the funniest movie ever is Harlem Nights. But I don't think Eddie Murphy's the funniest guy.
The fact that you said it because I had it in my head and I was like, well, I want to bring it up, and he might not know.
Bro, that movie
Harlem Nights.
Hysterical, bro.
That's an all-star cast.
All-star cast, execution, the whole nine. But then see, I try to be unbiased. So I also think that movie's hilarious, but I also think Step Brothers is hilarious.
Is that the Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, and I forget. Funny looking buddy,
I can't remember. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Vastly different culturally. And
yeah, of course.
Everything about them is different, but they made me laugh just as hard. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes even when you naming your list of anything, it's black people want to hear you say black people. You know what I'm saying?
No, funny is funny.
Yeah, funny
no matter what race you are, it should not even matter. If it makes your ass laugh, then it makes you laugh. Hell, I like Gary Owens.
Yeah, I'm not hip.
What?
If I said,
you ever seen Think Like a Man?
The
movie?
That's Kevin Hart's movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who he is.
Well, I mean, he's not really. He's in the movie. He's the white guy that's in the movie, but yeah, we gotta send each other some shit.
I didn't even know white people was in that movie. I forgot that part.
he's the only white guy.
I just know the white
him and his white wife.
Blue or whatever with the blue eyes.
Who's that?
That was the closest thing to a white guy I remember.
Oh yeah, no, he's in shit. Both of them. They got 2 movies. Think Like a Man.
His role was just to kiss. Hey, you gonna kiss you gonna kiss. So who would you say? What's the funniest movie in the world to you, man? Funniest movie of all time?
Shit, hard ass question. The funniest movie in the world
that you've ever seen? That's a crazy way to phrase it. What's your favorite movie? The funniest movie you ever watched?
Damn, that would have to be a movie that I just Watch over and over and over again. Damn, that's hard. That's tough.
Too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, shit, I mean, because you got like Friday After Next. Like, that that shit was hilarious. I mean, because like I said, you got Cat Williams, you got Clifton Powell, you know, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. He covered that bitch. Like, I don't know, man. It really just, it depends on who's in it. Because like Eddie Murphy, like I said, with Nutty Professor, him playing all the characters. Like, that's super hilarious to me. Yeah. I even throw you a curveball. Madea. Why don't people like that? Yeah. Let's get controversial a little bit.
I think it aged bad. But
Do you think he did too much?
No, I just think it aged bad because of what the current conversation is about comedy. About the man in the dress. Just aged poorly. And then, you know, you got those.
But I thought it was always about the message.
Yeah, but you got those hard, those steadfast, like old schools that's just not coming up off how they felt when they felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, nah. You know what I'm saying? What he was on was trash. Whatever they gonna say. Why? Let me ask you that. What made you ask me that? Because you already knew there was something to that question, right? It was some spice to that.
I'm just saying, because funny is funny. Remember, that's what we said. No matter if it's a black man or a white man. What about if there's a man in a dress? The man is trying to convey he's trying to convey a message at the end of the day. We all know that. Now, is it a little watered down that here come the nice and shining armored black dude that comes in and say the woman has been emotionally or physically beaten on? Right. Like, we get it, you know. But a lot of the things that he put in there are big messages that helped me grow as a person when I was coming up. Because, see, I first watched Tyler Perry back in 99, you know, when he first started out. Yeah, no, the 1900s. The 1900s. When he first started out, there were messages. And I was watching them with my mom because she was watching them. So, you know, if you're just in there, but you just found it funny, and there was a lot of the messages that he had in there, you know, that stuck to me even till today. You know, the songs and just everything, man. And it came to a point where we just kind of got older, man. And we was like, yeah, what's up with the dudes in a dress and this and that? You know, I don't understand why everybody got to get in a dress. I never understood that.
It's a loaded question, man.
The things you would do for money, or should I say not just money, but to get to that extra, you know what I mean?
But we didn't know that.
Because Kevin Hart, like I said, I'm going to go back to Kevin Hart. Yeah. Kevin Hart was doing his thing. Yeah. But then he became the man after the dress. Why we always got to put a dress on?
I mean, that's a convenient argument, only because it's just funny because no one cared until everybody started talking about the dress thing. And Cat Williams basically and Dave Chappelle are like the forerunners, right?
Yep.
Of today's iteration of the conversation. But when he did it, it was because he said he wouldn't do it. And so it's like people, to your point about why people don't think Kevin Hart deserves to be in that echelon. First off, he sustained it, right? And secondly, man, bro, but he said, and then he, whatever, bro. Would you rather be at his level, or would you rather be at said person's level who refused that deal? It just depends. Like you said, if funny is funny, funny is funny. Yeah. Kevin Hart in that dress was not funny.
No, it was not.
But Kevin Hart, to me, before I knew he was in the dress, was hilarious. I shouldn't change my perspective on how funny he is. Yeah. I just don't think he deserves to be in that echelon. But his success deserves to be up there as far as when you talk numbers, you talk sales, tours, et cetera, et cetera. You can say the same thing about any industry, though.
I mean, Martin did it. Shanae. Eddie Murphy did it. There's a slew of I didn't even know Wesley did it. Wesley Snipes. I didn't know he did it back in the day. Scary looking woman.
See, that's some
scary looking woman. But I said, Mr. Passenger 57 did a.
Come on, man. That's wild. Old boy from Green Mile.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, come on,
he too big to be doing that. He too big to be doing that shit.
He was the first Shannon Sharp, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucker had a
Michael Clark Duncan, yep. Yeah, I just never understood it, but
you happy to see, man? You don't get the fuck off my screen. Like that.
but you did make a good point, saying that no, he was not the first. He was not the first person to do it. There was a slew of other people to do it before him, which I guess some people say made it easier for Kevin. But like I said, when he did it, it just looked awkward. Like he was up there waving his hand, just like I was like, this don't feel like it was a part of the show.
You think he sold his soul?
That's a hard question to
Me
answer
and
for
you-
him.
If me and you went to college together, and I'm like, man, I don't care what happened in life, bro. I'm never gonna touch cocaine. And then we get a little bit more successful, a little bit more successful. Now we at the same party, and you see me snorting cocaine. Did I sell my soul?
Yes, you did,
Did Kevin sell his soul?
Kevin. Why you sold your soul, bro?
Yeah, man. I think it's a peculiar thing, bro, because it's all based on no one cares unless you're successful. And then no one hates until you sustain it. That is a very odd normality with our people, bro. Like Drake been fighting for respect as an MC his whole career, but he ain't fighting for respect as a superstar.
You think Drake got the same Will Smith situation going on? Because Will back in the day was getting Grammys. You know, he was making money. Then they put him in movies. And this is the guy who wasn't saying anything like cuss words and stuff like that. And now you got Drake, the light-skinned kid named Aubrey from Canada, that's getting all this love, particularly from women, you know. But the dudes is just hating on him, just like they did Will. Yep. You know, I never understood that, but
I think people want to believe first off, there is a machine, but everything runs on a machine. Every industry runs on a machine, right? If you have a problem with somebody figuring out the game, then get better at the game.
Yeah.
Like if I keep beating your ass in 2K, stop blaming my controller, bro. Play the game and get better at it, kind of thing. Like
right.
If once you achieve success, people have an issue with you sustaining it. And those are the people that you should probably keep out your yard, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll be the ones that be the snakes. So I don't fear success and fear of being hated. Like I don't fear that because I don't feel that way about people who've been successful. I don't look at people like I said. I don't care where you're at. I just know where I'm at and where I'm trying to go. And if I don't have anywhere to go, then I need to change the room I'm in. I think Drake, to Kevin's point too, Drake and Kevin, when they've maximized the potential in a space and they just go to a new space. I'm gonna be a tadpole again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I became the humpback in here. I became the orca whale in here. I ate everything. So
right.
How you gonna keep getting mad at somebody who continues to dominate each environment that they're in, and then not take the time to learn from them? That's the whole issue with our resources, bro. Like Kanye can't catch a break from any side of the fence, so he's standing directly in the middle.
That is true.
Like I can only love and protect myself at this point, but Kanye is one of them ones. At some point, I would like to sit him down and say, "Hey, sir, can you tell me what you did? Because I don't know if I care, bro. You did it at the highest level and you sustained it. And you're Yeezus, that don't mean anything to me. Your mother named you Kanye. That's how I met you. That's how I came into knowledge.
Right.
You got certain people that are the one-of-ones and they're almost inaccessible and they're unapproachable at this point because of the hate that has come at them. You know what I'm saying? I think
right.
Kevin is experiencing, he's been experiencing it for years. Cold as Balls was hilarious, and then people started out, it's not funny. Yes, it is. It's hilarious, bro.
Oh, I love it.
Hot Ones, y'all will watch Hot Ones all day. You just watch people eat chicken, hot chicken.
Right.
But you won't support Cold as Balls because you don't like the fact he sustained excellence. So his first stand-up, you was slapping your knee. Second stand-up, by the time Buddy said bum bump, we was all crying and throwing up, bro. But, like, that was also, like, 8 years. Like, y'all, what did he do wrong? If that was your father.
Because he was just getting his feet wet.
Come on,
and
man.
we will ride with you in the beginning. Yeah. And then after that, all right, now and this is gonna be a good segue to sports because we gotta have this LeBron talk. The GOAT debate. The GOAT debate. When they put you on a pedestal, And I'm talking ESPN, I'm talking papers, industries. When they started to put you up there and just shove whoever down your throat, you naturally just start hating them.
Do you
Kevin.
naturally?
Start hating them?
Naturally?
I mean, unless you always had that hate in your heart. I love Caitlin Clark. Love Braun. Love Kevin Hart. You know, I'm just throwing out big names out there that the media throws at us constantly. You know, why does LeBron get so much hate?
Because he's the greatest.
He said, I didn't say that.
LeBron is the greatest.
He said
LeBron gets all this hate because
he said LeBron is the greatest.
Because when you can be Drake and if you can't beat Drake at your game, like you ever had somebody come over your house and kill you at your game?
No.
No. Imagine if
they've tried. No.
If you told me, oh, bro, I'm in the eSport League and I come over there and 21 you in the second quarter, you're probably gonna kick me out your house, or like it's gonna be an uncomfortable situation for the rest of the time.
Right.
LeBron will not allow anybody to gain any ground on his greatness in every aspect of the game. I don't care that I can't go right to left. I don't care that I can't go left to right. But you can't stop me from doing either.
Right.
I don't care that I don't like to play defense. You can't shoot over me. LeBron has gotten to a point, he's maximized himself at what he does well and doesn't care what everybody. You can tell LeBron is unbothered. He's always been unbothered.
In year 21, he don't give a shit no more.
Come on, man. He
playing for chips and that's it.
That's it. But he created a platform, and then he made sure that he closed the door behind him. So he'll give you your flowers because you can't be me, bro. Like you can tell Bron ain't never tried to play basketball like nobody. His man, boy, that sidestep ugly as shit. How many times he made that shot?
He made it.
He can't go right. That's stupid. We're not going to entertain that. He's a right-handed shooter. It's like anything you try to take away or detract from his game, there's evidence of him mastering it at some point in his career. Once upon a time, LeBron was in the top 2 for defensive MVP. He's the greatest at all aspects of basketball.
If he wants to do it, like if he wanted the MVP, the defensive, player of the year award or whatever, he can get it. He's gotten anything and everything that he set his mind to. If that was the goal, he can complete it.
I think it's wild that people don't understand just because you put LeBron on a pedestal doesn't remove anyone else from theirs.
I like that.
Like, I hate that you can't have the greatest conversation and then there can't be the most valuable, the most creative, the most impactful. It's easy to have those conversations, but no, it's Jordan. Like, Jordan was the best at basketball, in my opinion. He wasn't the greatest, though. Because I promise you, dog, that one-on-one would have got gruesome. That one-on-one would have got gruesome.
Braun versus Jordan?
It would have got gruesome. Because you're not jumping over him. You're not shooting over him. You're not out-muscling him. The only thing you got going for you is I'm not taking nothing away from Jordan.
So you trying to say Jordan can't guard LeBron?
I saw Jordan lose in one-on-one against a guy who ran an office. You can lose to anybody, bro, is what I'm saying.
I remember when Kobe locked up LeBron.
I remember when J.J. Barea dropped him off.
Oh, no, you didn't.
But at the end of the day, when we talking Bron, Jordan, and that's the issue too, we won't even allow other conversations into that. People have the right to add, like, I think Dirk's the GOAT. Cool. He's not, but you're allowed to think that. LeBron James, if you're irrefutably on everybody's top 2, just like Jordan, then at some point, here's your flowers, gentlemen. But if you put them on the court at the same time and say, y'all playing for y'all life, Bron's winning that game, bro.
Against who?
Jordan.
LeBron
James is winning that game. You know why?
Why?
Because Jordan's going to have to foul him until he can't foul him no more. There's nothing you can do with that physical specimen with the IQ that he has. There's nothing you can do. Nobody can do anything with him today. There's nothing you can do with this man.
I mean, times have changed, though. Ain't no hand checking. Guys are sagging off, giving you, extra space now. You can't touch nobody.
Yeah.
The times have changed.
Bro, okay. I got this.
But the fact that LeBron can guard 1 through 5 is an amazing feat. because LeBron can go guard an Embiid on any given night.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jordan can do that.
And I think that's where you start to get into the rafters of like, you know, you being. I feel like that's too calculated now. Like, not saying that's what you're doing, but that's where people start to just give them both their flowers, because at the end of the day, 6'6" ain't supposed to be in front of 7'2". 6'10" is essentially that's your job, but that doesn't mean that 6'6" can blow by 6'10". You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or that you're gonna get your 48 is my 48. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to. I have you by 30 pounds daily. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. I got you by 30 pounds.
Right.
I'm as athletic as you. I have more IQ. Somebody gonna hate this. I have a higher IQ than you do in this game. Yes.
You speaking of LeBron.
LeBron James has a higher IQ than any player that's ever played basketball, period.
He does have a very high IQ.
Jordan has no wasted motions, no wasted movements. But I'm just talking one-on-one. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if Bron decides to take the ball, the top of the key, and put you on his shoulder, you are literally going to get back down into your car. He'll take you to the passenger seat of your car just by backing you down. Like, there's nothing you can do with that. We've seen people try to foul him to the point where, like, I remember from 07 to, like, 2011, before he went to the Heat, wrong time frame, but you know what I'm saying.
You said 07?
07, he was still a Cav.
Yeah.
And 9, he was still a Cav.
10.
There's literally posters that I had as a kid where Garnett got this arm, Rondo got this wrist, Pierce got his earlobe, you know what I'm saying? Ray Allen just there. I don't even like y'all. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Bron just finish it. Like, there's nothing you can do with that human being, bro. Nothing.
So how did he lose against Mavs?
His team
His
lost because 13 people went against 13 people, and one coach had a better plan than the other. I think that's the simple answer. That's just me, though.
So you say he was out coached?
Spoelstra was out
Because
coached.
Spo wasn't Spo of today in 2010.
At all.
No.
I'm pretty sure that was his literal first year.
Yeah, if he do that again, because I think Pat Riley, that was his last year.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
I hate he didn't have Pat Riley.
I would say, very simply put, that series was evident of how important and how calculated playoff basketball is. None of those dudes was devoid of experience in the playoffs, but your coach was. Your coach got exposed for not understanding that I got this roided out 275-pound LeBron James chasing J.J. Barea, and I got Chris Bosh having to worry about Eric Dampier on the boards while Dirk is free range with Shane Battier in front of him. Like, watching the games, you see, and that's why he went 12 for 12. Like,
Is that the same year he went 25 free throws or something like that in a row?
Straight, yeah. Bro, he played out of his mind. He went.
I'm like, I saw that damn graphic. I said 25 straight.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you ain't
Bro,
beat
it was in a. Never again in human history will a team like that come in and beat a championship-built team like the Heat were, because no team will invest that type of money into their players and then have that liability be on their coach. Like Darvin Ham, no way in hell you should have been in a Western Conference Finals, sir.
Put my hands in my pocket.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you didn't stand a chance regardless of who the players was on the court, because at the end of the day, yeah, LeBron James can run the team himself. He's basically another coach.
Yeah.
Okay, well, number 3 through 12 is listening to Darvin Ham, whether you like it or not.
Right.
AD's listening to Bron. You see them rapping all day long. But at the end of the day, your coach is responsible for the other 10 people that's playing basketball.
Shit, Darvin Ham's listening to LeBron. Hey, what we got?
You feel me?
What we got?
When D'Lo hit that shot, and that's the clip that's going viral, Bron gave the ball back to him like, man, go ahead.
I loved it.
Darvin said,
it's like, if you don't
like, bro,
work
why don't
out,
you know he can do that? Why are you shocked that he can do that?
LeBron saw the matchup. He's like, bro, cook him.
Come on, man.
Do what you do. Me.
And they talking about Bron Watch because he couldn't get past the Nuggets. Are we serious? This man who's about to win MVP should have won 4 in a row. So, basically, guess who that is?
You get pulled up on?
Yeah. I'll very simply say, bro, I think that LeBron James's Heat win 7 straight titles if everyone on that team bought into how LeBron James plays basketball. Because I think at that point, people had already made up their mind that you have to basically play his way or you can't play at all. Kind of
Right.
thing. That was the same narrative that followed him to Cleveland. He even had his running mate talking about it. Like, man, I just wanted my own. Why?
That's terrible.
That's so detrimental to the.
He knows now,
Yeah.
but it's too late. And as much as we would love to see a Kyrie and LeBron, reunion, I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Like
I
Jordan would punch his teammates. They hated him. But hey, brother, we trying to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Fall in line kind of thing.
And they're like, wait, Bron, you want me to have your IQ? I can't think like you. I can't move like you. I can't do the things you probably want me to do. Which I'm sure he understands that, but it's like, God damn, you still an NBA player, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta give me something. Yeah. So who you got winning it this year?
I ain't gonna lie, dog. The Nuggets.
Again? Back to back?
They just be growing more and more in chemistry. They're chemically connected in a way that no other team is.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that I can say. I mean, you got the Celtics, you got the Bucks. You got the Clippers. It's different when the playoffs happen, man. It's different.
And you still trying to figure each other out. Like literally each other. Forget basketball.
The rotations get shorter.
Yeah.
It's like we go out here to sport and hoop around. You ain't gonna give a fuck or whatever. If somebody airballs or something like that. When you get in the league, the number one word is efficiency. There is no turnover. You don't want turnovers in the league. You want high efficient shots. That was something I had to learn in my first league that I played in. It's like, bro, don't shoot that. Don't shoot. I'm like, wow, not that shot. I'm like, okay. I don't get why, but all right, whatever. Until I, got in the locker room. He's like, the reason why we don't shoot that shot because that's kind of like a turnover if you missing it. Da, da, da. I can see the Nuggets. I want to say the Celtics. I want it bad for Dame and the Bucks. There's a lot of different teams. And I feel like those are going to be the very few teams that are actually going to compete. Because I would love to say like OKC or the Wolves. But I just feel like they're too young. Like they're going to get there. Don't get me wrong. They might even maybe win a series. But it's like once you get to that like second round, Eastern Conference Finals and all that, Western Conference Finals, it's a different ball game, man. And that's where you need your superstars. Oh yeah.
So I
was watching a little bit
think
today.
they put it the best. I think like how they, like bro, your IQ, your intelligence about the game, it gets exposed instantaneously. It's how you see a guy like D'Lo get benched for a guy like what I'm saying, Pat Bev or something. It's just like
it's about matchups.
It's all, but can you understand what's going on and what your role is? That's why I think the Nuggets have an unfair advantage because the Celtics have that. They've had Al Horford come and go, but because they broke it up even for a second, it kind of restructured that team. So, like, you only really have Jalen and Tatum who have, like, the know-how. Like, Derek White got to experience a deep run. Drew Holiday got a ring, but they don't have what the Nuggets have, which is a whole collection of men who, first off, most of us got drafted to here. 2 of us got traded to here. I'm talking about rotational pieces.
Yeah.
But they develop, and Mike Malone, his respect that he receives from his team and the respect he gives his players, the trust he has in his players, like, how do you overcome that? You know what I'm saying? How do you overcome a guy at 7 feet knowing that my power forward can hit the 3 from the corner at 38%, but if you make the mistake of cheating, Jamal Murray cutting back door.
Yep.
If I fake to Jamal Murray, oops, you shouldn't have left Caldwell Pope.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of ammunition, bro. And I don't see anybody overcoming that type of arsenal, bro. I just don't.
That is true.
And for the Dame thing, I want to ask you, why you want to see Dame get it? Just to the legacy, like kind of Chris Paul situation?
Yeah, the Chris Paul. If I was to go for legacy, my player would be Russell Westbrook, though. I just want Russ to get one. Just because I feel like he's been the most professional throughout the whole situation. Yes. What they did. I still hate the Lakers for how they let him go, or however you want to call it. I wish they would have kept Russ. Russ has never been a bad person. I feel like he's misunderstood, especially with the media. But yeah, it would go Russ, Dame, then Chris Paul. Just because I think Chris Paul is, is just, I don't know. I can't say what I want to say, but yeah. In that order, I will. Other than that, yeah, I'll probably go with the Nuggets too. Just based off of the history, they are a cohesive team. Dark horse, I would probably say the Mavs. I would love to
That would
see
be
Kyrie
beautiful
and
just to
Luca
see.
in the finals.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like if you get Kyrie back in the finals with Luca at that stage, I don't know, man. It could be magical.
It's the know-how, man.
Yep.
It's to know. It's like resilience is a big thing, and I think Kyrie is one of the most resilient people on the planet because he's received a lot of hate, right?
Yep.
When you can't kill somebody, then they learn how to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
my favorite player ever, by the way, and I want to ask you this. I want to sabotage and question you. My favorite player ever is Russell Westbrook.
I remember you told me that.
People, I'll never be able to live it down, and I'm never going to try to big it up. That is my favorite player.
Why?
I watched this guy go from an afterthought on his junior varsity basketball team to becoming best friends with the best player on the varsity team, to that man losing his life, losing his scholarship because he lost his life. UCLA offering that scholarship to Russ. Russ being brought in as a defensive energy guy, averaging nothing, to getting into the starting lineup, to getting drafted in the first round, to having to come in and play behind Kevin Durant, then to having a guy get drafted after you who's supposed to be the true point guard of the team while you're also not even considered the point guard of the team, then to becoming what you are, to becoming the running mate of Easy Money Sniper, to having to endure what happens after Easy Money Sniper runs away in the middle of the night, to having to endure what he had to endure as a man, to have Skip Bayless disrespect his wife and children,
Yep.
to average a triple-double 4 out of 5 years. Let me say it again, 4 out of 5 years.
Something
my brother
that
in
is
Christ, that's insanity.
Super hard to do.
And then to accept your role as a professional, understand that, yeah, as a man, it's going to be hard for me to accept it. But once he decided to accept it, he just created a new atmosphere. And I'll say this about Russ, and I think this is reverberates in people, successful people.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever knew what Russ was going through, but it didn't mean he didn't talk about it.
Right.
Where I think where men bottle up and that fear starts to conquer him, he's been injured. Bradley Beal spoke on it. When he was with the Wizards, he said Russ was injured almost every other game. The way he plays basketball, there's no other way to play basketball and not get hurt like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for somebody to say your jump shot's broken, in reality your shoulder's dislocated, imagine that. Imagine that, and you're on the Lakers and you got to hear about it every day. They see him hitting the side of the backboard. It's ugly, but it's ugly because I'm hurt. And I've been hurt for so long. I can't even have surgery.
But you know what they're going to say? You play for the Lakers.
Boom.
You on national TV almost every other night.
And you eating that.
And you're playing next to LeBron.
And you eating that.
Yeah.
You averaging 15 and 7, but you eating that every day.
Yep.
And you're doing that as a guy who's being asked to stand in a corner who can't shoot threes. Like to endure that and then to go to the Clippers and to be in a situation where you may be able to compete and to continue to see the guys around you keep bowing out of competition. Oh man, it don't matter right now. That guy just keeps the way he. So basically, if you hear what I'm saying is the way he lives his life outlives and outshines how he played basketball. But the way he played basketball is so fucking inspirational that, like, I don't think you'll ever see another Russ. Period.
It makes perfect sense now.
Yeah.
So your reasons go way
back.
Yeah, way back.
Because I only knew who Russ was because I remember being like, bro, this guy, who is this psychopath in the NCAA tournament? Psychopath. Like, he was like what Pat Bev was, and that's what's funny when Pat Bev injured him. It was like, can you not dribble that, baby? Can you not dribble that? It was like watching your little brother go to, like, hey, bro, chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, Pat Bev probably watched Russell Westbrook play basketball and then inspired him to play basketball that way.
Right.
And you don't ever hear people say, like, I want to play like Russ, but you can find interviews upon interviews of people saying I was inspired by Russ.
Right.
Like, he was such a polarizing figure for his work ethic in a different way. We respected Kobe's mentality and his execution. We respected Jordan's tenacity and his carelessness and all these other things. But Russ just had like he says himself, why not? I think that's
why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have a good reason, bro. I'm not supposed to be in this position, but just because I wasn't supposed to be here, I don't deserve it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I work for it every single day. So who's your favorite player, man, all time?
I've always said Dwayne Wade. D Wade. So being from Houston, man, all I knew was football. That's all we played. Cali, Florida, Texas, we football players. Anybody in the South, football players. I got up here when I went to Toledo, I had a football in my hand, because I wanted to walk on at, Toledo University. And I'm thinking like it's going to be like when I was at school back in Houston. I'm like, where everybody at? You know where everybody was at? Inside, playing basketball. Why? Because I'm in cold Ohio.
Right.
Nobody comes outside.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, all right. So you know who they used to call me? Spider-Man.
Spider.
I was the dude who played defense and grabbed rebounds. I wasn't taking it to the hole. I wasn't doing layups. I wasn't shooting.
Yeah.
I was Spider-Man.
Late bloomer.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't start playing basketball until I got up here. And then that's when I remember I took one summer and I watched D Rose and I watched Dwayne Wade. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I'm fast. I'm athletic. I can get to the cup.
Right.
What happens when I get there though? And that was my battle, was what happens when I get there. And then I was like, all right. So now I started working on my layup packages and I started watching D Wade, you know, get the Euro going. Then it was like, okay, now I can finish left, I can finish right. Then when I got older, I watched his packages on his post. Dwayne Wade got a great post game. You know, he doesn't get enough credit for his post game. Because a lot of people see, I know he doesn't shoot the ball well from what, 30, but his post game is ridiculous. But yeah, I would definitely have to say D Wade. And so with this being March Madness and it being the last day of March, what has Caitlin Clark did for women?
Great question. I would go one step further and say, what has Caitlin Clark done for basketball? For women specifically, I'd say that she's officially blown the door off gender specifics. Like, now everybody airing it out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, bro. You about to see squirrels airing it out. You know what I'm saying? First, she stayed home. She made home. With all this stardom around her, she's like a prime example for young women and young men to realize that, like, all women aren't whatever you want to say when they get attention or they get notoriety. Like, her teammates beloved. She's beloved by her teammates. She's beloved by the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give her sole credit, but I do think she helped elevate the game as a whole. And for my daughters, if they ever ask me, can they play basketball, or Daddy, I want you to teach me, that's who I'm going to. Like, immediately, that's like highlight tape number one.
Yeah.
I want you to see her tenacity. I want you to see her fearlessness. Like, what would make a young lady like that want to start shooting from 34, bro? You can say, oh, Steph. What if it wasn't, man? What if it was herself? You know what I'm saying? Like, she literally shifted the paradigm. Now, like, a little girl don't have to be like, I want to shoot like Steph. I want to shoot like Caitlin. Yeah, Sabrina almost bust Steph's head, but Caitlin bust everybody. Like, our brains can't process her play style. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, Caitlin Clark is a GOAT already. She might be, I'm a chill, and I don't mean this factually, she might be the greatest female basketball player ever, just because, yes, bro, because of what she means for the future. Like,
okay,
the impact that she's had in these 2 years of us really paying attention is like astronomical, and it probably isn't a repeatable process, bro. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Shorty in USC. Juju. Like, I'm seeing some of these girls, dude, like, they shifty now. You know, they stab.
Oh,
and
they come back off the dribble and lacing
man. it. And they going out there in these open runs and they giving dudes the business, and it's removing the gender specifics. Like, oh man, bro, you can't put her in a post. Like, that's a girl. Or stop being so physical. Like, dude, I will take your soul. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gone.
Right,
Flip.
right.
Like, that bunch of women played a role in that, but I think Caitlin stamped it. Like, I don't play basketball like a girl. I hoop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just out here hooping.
I think that's what she's done for the sport. You know what I'm saying?
You think she can win it all?
I don't know enough about women's basketball, but I have faith in her, yes.
Okay. Could we?
Who they got left? LSU still in there?
I think LSU. I think USC. Notre Dame just got. I think Notre Dame just lost.
Just lost.
Yeah, okay. I think Caitlin might play tonight.
If they are, you know they prime time.
Yeah, I definitely gonna tap into it. I watched their last game, I think, against West Virginia. It was a close one. All these games have been close.
Like, bro, imagine you saying that 6 years ago.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Not a male on earth was watching women's, and I'm not trying to say no guy. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Other than their family members.
You feel me? But like, now we really got people tuning in to watch her hoop.
Because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
There's a girl from UConn. There's a couple girls from UConn. You got the LSU, USC, Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's so many. There's probably like 8 teams I didn't watch almost every other day, just checking in. The guys, I couldn't tell you nobody, which is crazy.
Which is
I'm waiting for Caitlin to come out next year and do something, but
and that's crazy because it's going to make us. The running joke about the WNBA is essentially the NBA funds it. They're negative. They're in $10 million deficit year over year. Watch what happens, bro.
yeah,
Especially with March Madness proposing the potential, or not March Madness, but NCAA proposing the potential for this tournament that has this $1 million purse for participants.
Oh,
Bro,
that's
they're about
crazy.
to. You ain't hear about that? Essentially, they're going to. I'm assuming they're going to pick blue bloods, but they're going to have a tournament that's totally separate from the March Madness tournament. That the stipend is $1 million split amongst the team if you participate, an extra $1 million if you win the tournament, which is already going to ravel itself into and out of the NIL situation. But coaches that really want the titles, that really want to be cemented in their legacies, are going to have a hard time differentiating what their kids need. You know what I'm saying? So I think the women's game is going to grow exponentially, and I think the men's basketball game already has plateaued. And I'd say it's plateaued years ago because all these guys coming out outside of Paolo Banchero, bro, I can't tell you the last time a true number one was a true number one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
I don't see
For outside of Victor.
Wimby. Oh, yeah. That's that dude is a. Let's talk. Yeah, Victor. Victor Wembanyama, bro. What is he?
He's
gang. My kids are here, man. This is the finessers themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for his Victor is a foreign big who went to the right situation. He got popped. He might have allowed Popovich to go a couple more years because I thought he was about to be like, you know what, this ain't for me no more. But the stuff that he can do, and like Shaq was saying, Bobo would do the same thing. I'm like,
Shaq said that?
Shaq said Bobo can do the same things Victor Wembanyama can do. I'm talking about, I've seen this dude jump from not jump, but like have the ball at the mid-range. I mean, half court, one dribble, he's at the free throw line, and then just and dunked it. I said, come on now. Bro, the fact that he can go off the dribble, left to right, like
Shaq
the dude can do so much.
is massively disrespectful for that. That's insane. That's insane.
Bobo.
See, Shaq is one of them guys. He probably hurt because people talking about some we done with the 90s. That's some we done with the 90s energy, bro.
Yeah.
You're out your mind if you're saying Bobo. There's not a human ever that's played basketball like this guy at this size. It just doesn't exist. Stop it. This dude had multiple games with double-digit blocks. Stop it. He ain't even eating right yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Popovich was the perfect snowball for him because the NBA in any other situation would have avalanched him with sponsorships, with advertisement, with responsibility. In the beginning of the season, people was bored with him because he wasn't touching the ball much. He wasn't playing many minutes. Now, bro, have you seen the clip of some team was in transition, and he was in transition as well. Buddy had a lead on him.
Oh, you talking about the defensive play?
Bro,
where they both walked away from the bat. They like, nope.
Have you ever seen a man make another man not even attempt a shot in the NBA?
Yep.
On a fast? No, you had like it doesn't exist. That's never happened. Y'all are hilarious. Welcome to the pod. It just doesn't make very much sense that anybody could say you've never seen this shit, bro. It has never happened. And I think that's what's so mesmerizing. We're watching the game literally evolve. People hate change, bro.
Yep.
This is the type of change that the only thing that's left to fix with the NBA is the All-Star game.
Oh God.
They fix that. They might. You never know, bro. You might actually see a WNBA team play at.
I would love to see it. At least a skills competition. Mm-hmm. They ain't got to be, like they do male versus female. I ain't saying that, but at least a skills competition.
And you can stamp Sabrina right now.
Yeah.
Sabrina, if it happens, thank you, Sabrina. That's Sabrina's fault. You know what I'm saying? Because Shorty had Steph. If it wasn't Steph, oh my goodness. If it wasn't Steph, bro, every other human on earth would have lost. That's too much work. That's too much pressure.
I can see a 2-on-2 next year.
Come on, man.
Caitlin Clark and Sabrina versus Clay and, the
Steph and Dame.
Steph and Dame.
Something like that.
Yeah. I can see that.
And honestly, like, we know who gonna win that, but like that would be amazing for the game.
Right.
Do you think the game eventually hits a? Do you think the game will eventually have to reevaluate gender? If the skills can, it's just
Nah, we're not there
genetically
yet.
it can't-
Yeah, we're not there yet. It's just Bron coming downhill and like I've seen him move people on a hezzy.
Yeah.
I mean, not a hezzy, but just just the 1, 2, give him that little bump and go up. Like,
unfazed though.
yeah, I'm homegirl gonna be way over there.
Right.
You gonna get somebody hurt doing that.
And I look at a guy like Domantas Sabonis and I say, 50 straight double doubles, no love. How could Angel Reese ever in her life? Even we took, because I'm bringing it way down. BC scale stars as far as the league is concerned.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do nothing with Clint Capella for real. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to them guards and it come to, are you gonna close out or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can get dicey if we playing a 12. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Quickly. And one thing about the girls' game, I also feel like the way that they move the ball, I think their game moves faster and it's gotten cleaner with the skill sets getting better. I think men's college basketball is actually, there's too many stands in the game. So, like, no one's unique to me. Like, there's no more Steve Francis is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just
A lot of these coaches are old school, man. They don't want to see nobody. You ain't averaging 25 a game. No, you might have got 25 that night, but you ain't going to be averaging that. Yeah. We're going to move this ball until we find that right shot, or we, drill it in the paint.
All y'all go sit down right now.
You know.
I told you to be quiet, sit down.
And that's it.
Sit down now. Thank you very much.
But now I'm gonna get you out of here. We're over 2 right now. But yeah, man, I appreciate you doing this for your boy. Hey, I can't believe we went 2 hours.
Easy to do it. They say when you having fun, brother.
Right. It didn't feel like work. So thank you for, doing this for me, man. Sure. Definitely. If you enjoyed this podcast, me and my boy Kenneth, man, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. One.
Only the strong will survive, baby.